love filming 2 videos in a row. It's great. It's absolutely amazing. I wear the same shirt. It's cool. Good morning, good evening, and good night, everybody. My name is Sarah, and today we're talking about Ready Player One. Now, I listened to this book on audiobook, so I don't actually have a physical copy to wave around and just but it's the new movie that's coming out. I'm gonna go see it right after this video is uploaded, and then next week we're gonna go talk about the comparison between the movie and the book. Okay? Okay. Now, many of you guys already know this, but I'm just gonna do a quick recap of what exactly this book is about. This book follows the main character, Wade Wilson, and his adventure through this online virtual world called the Oasis. The Oasis is what we would imagine if you could go into the internet. That's basically what it is. You wear a headset like VR nowadays, and it transports you into the great digital realm, and there, nobody knows who you are. Nobody knows what you look like. You can be whoever you want to be. This program, this Oasis, it's become so much more than just a video game, though. To these people in this universe, it's become a way of life. Very few people actually live in the real world anymore. They get up and they go to work on the Oasis. They order food through the Oasis, it's delivered, and then you can simulate actually eating, and at the same time, your avatar is eating with you. You are there in this world, basically everything but physically. The main character, Wade, actually goes to school in the Oasis, and that sets up quite a lot for this book. You see, the character who created the Oasis, James Halliday, he's left a little Easter egg in there. Halliday's Easter egg is actually a prize. The prize is, if you find this egg, you get the control of the Oasis. It was Halliday's last act as a living being before he died. When he died, he sent out a message to the entire world. Find the Easter egg. You get the property of the Oasis. You get control over the internet. And it's been 5 years since Halliday has died, and no one has found the Easter egg yet. You see, in order to find the egg, you must first find 3 keys, and consequently 3 gates. Each key goes to a gate, and you must first find the key, unlock the gate, go through the gate, and then you get the next clue for the next key. Because 5 years have passed and no one has claimed the Oasis yet, things have become contradictory. A lot of people saying the Easter egg doesn't exist, but at the same time, there are millions of people trying to find this egg. They're called gunters or egg hunters. There's also a company trying to find this too. They're basically called the Sixers. It's a derogatory name given to the employees in the Oasis who all have the same matching avatar, and all of their avatars' names start with the number 6. And if the Sixers get control of the Oasis, well, it will no longer be the internet. It will be an advertising thing. Free access to the Oasis will cease to exist. Because before, you only had to pay a quarter to get access to it the first time, and then you have a lifetime guarantee on the Oasis. If the Sixers get control of it, that will go away. People will cease to be able to function in the Oasis. They can't go online anymore because of the fees and the businesses that are going there. It will no longer be the Oasis that it is. It will no longer be the paradise on Earth. Our main character, Wade, is actually a gunter. He prides himself on being the most knowledgeable gunter because he knows everything about the 80s. And the thing about the Easter egg is James Halliday, he was obsessed with the 80s. That was his year. And he was obsessed with the idea of people knowing it like he did. So every single hint, every single clue, every single key and gate has something to do with something in the 80s. Whether it be Joust or some 80s movie or the music, it has something to do with that era, and that's a very recurring theme throughout this book. And it gets to the point where it's kind of annoying because they use the same references 4 times. Like, let's get the hell out of Dodge. They say that so many times in this book, and it's like you call so many movies, you call so many games, you call so many music, but you use the same reference over and over again. It's annoying and it's repetitive, and it's like, I get it, that's cool, you're bringing some things back, but pick something new. Another one of my major complaints with this book is the romance. The love interest to our main character, Wade, we call her Artemis. Now, Artemis she's a gunter herself, yes, but she's a blogger. Now, Wade almost becomes obsessed with her through the Oasis. He only knows her avatar, and he only knows through her avatar through the pictures on her blog, but he falls in love with her writing, her way of speak, but he's never met the girl, both in the Oasis and in real life. And it kind of gets kind of a creepy tone to it, but like, if a male's reading it, probably wouldn't be that weird, but I'm weird about it. I get uncomfortable with those kind of situations, and the way that they were portraying the romance feels very uncomfortable to me. It really does. You see, these characters, once they do meet up, once the events do happen, they meet up, and yes, they have a connection, yes, they have almost a romance, but Artemis clearly states that they can't be together because they're both gunters, they're both going for the same thing. And them being together will just distract them from the goals. It will just make it easier for the Sixers to get the Easter egg. And Wade takes this like they were breaking up. They were never in a relationship. They weren't. They had a thing. There was some connection, but they weren't dating. They spent time together. But it snowballs from there, and it's like he becomes obsessed with her again, and it's weird, and I don't like it, and they just kept going back to it, and it would have been a fine thing and all if it wasn't such a focus point in this book, and it's just, I don't know why I have such a big problem with this. It's not that big of a deal, but it is to me, and I feel like I would have enjoyed this book so much more if they didn't have that obsession over this avatar who they don't even know if Artemis is a girl. They don't even know if she is the age that she's claiming to, because in the Oasis, nobody knows who you are. Now, to be fair, I'm actually really going to enjoy seeing this movie. I can tell you that because I know they're going to be changing some things. Right away, there is a couple references that are going to have to be removed automatically because of copyright issues. Voltron is mentioned in this book, which is great and all, but the problem is, Netflix just bought those rights, so they can't have the reference to the lions, and I know they're already replacing Wade's giant robot with the Iron Giant because, again, copyrights, but those aren't something I find that big of a problem. I understand the reason for changing these things, and I'm going to discuss this more when I actually go see the movie and have the video comparing the two versions of the story. Overall, I give this book an 8 out of 13. There's definitely some things that need to be improved, but it was quite enjoyable. Like, I'm going to be actually excited to go see this movie because it's both animation and real life, and I'm just like, this is going to be great because the idea was great, and I feel like in adaptation they would change some things that would make it less creepy, but we'll see. We'll see. Thank you so much for watching my review. If you have any suggestions on what you want me to read next, leave them down in the comment section below. And while you're there, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And as always, good night, good evening, and good morning, everybody.